Like and subscribe and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
NSW flooding updates. Man dies in submerged car in Cobbitty, southwest of Sydney. A man has been found dead in his car in floodwaters in the town of Cobbitty, southwest of Sydney. Here is how the second day of major flooding around Sydney unfolded. Key events. Live updates. NSW flood update. The NSW Premier Dominic Perrottet, Emergency Services Minister Steph Cook, as well as representatives from the Bureau of Meteorology and State Emergency Service provided a flood update this morning. Catch up on it here, and you reclosing the blog. Natty blog closing. Sorry Natty, you guessed correctly. That is where we going to leave the live coverage today, but please head over to our main story for all updates throughout the night. We expecting another BOM update at 6 p.m. Thankfully we've seen several evacuation orders lift this afternoon and many flood alerts have also been cancelled. The main game now is keeping an eye on the Hawkesbury River around Windsor, particularly early tomorrow. And remember, the BOM predicts Sunday will be a pretty nice day where at moderate flooding is occurring along the Hawkesbury River at North Richmond and Windsor. Some roads are closing in Windsor as we speak, so keep across live traffic. Minor flooding is occurring at Penrith and Sackville, but no flooding is expected downstream of Sackville. And what is to come, it may peak at 5.80 meters in Sackville tomorrow morning with minor flooding. The Hawkesbury River at Lower Portland is likely to remain below the minor flood level, 4.60 meters. Hawkesbury BMX Club lost for words. This really is heartbreaking. The BMX Club in McGrath's Hill has been inundated yet again, just as they were about to resume activities after last month's flooding. What damage was done in the last flood is only going to be exacerbated in this one. Two major floods 1 month apart. It's going to cost a small fortune to fix, again. The club said on Facebook. To say our hearts are broken is an understatement. We would love so much not to have our track in such a low point, easy flood area. Fingers crossed this will change for our kids and future kids. The is out in Windsor. And the bridge is still open. No power. Endeavour Energy says they have had to isolate power supply in a lot of flooded areas to ensure safety. You may not have power if you live in Camden, Sackville, Picktown, Leetsville, Ebenezer, Agnes Banks and Katai. You can let Endeavour know your power is out here. Fallen power lines can be reported by calling 130 1003. Wirranurra and Bonnet Bay residents can head home. There is some good news this afternoon, with the SES lifting the evacuation orders for these low-lying parts of Wirranurra and Bonnet Bay. Bonnet Bay, people in these areas have been under evacuation orders for more than 24 hours. Latest from North Richmond and Windsor. Flood rise expected in next half hour. The Nepean River at Wallace Weir is likely to peak at 11.20 meters at around 3 p.m. River levels will be slightly lower than they were during last month's floods. Based on the prediction provided by the Bureau of Meteorology, it is expected the following areas will be impacted by dangerous floodwaters. Body recovered from Cobbitty. Police in southwest Sydney have recovered the body of a man from a vehicle submerged in floodwaters at Cobbitty. The man was reported missing just before 8 a.m. today, and his van, which had become trapped in floodwaters, was located shortly afterwards. Police say the 68-year-old's body was recovered during an operation involving the police helicopter, divers and the SES. He is yet to be formally identified and an investigation will take place into the circumstances surrounding his death. What to expect over the weekend? Spoiler, more rain. The rain will be sticking around but will gradually ease over the weekend. There may be pockets of sunshine, like we're seeing in Sydney right now, but that doesn't mean people should drop their guard. The BOM is urging people to check river conditions of anywhere you are travelling through or to. Thunderstorms will still be possible across the interior of the state and the far northeast from early Saturday. Flooding is no longer expected in the following catchments. Evacuation orders lifted for Chipping Norton. Anyone in these streets in Chipping Norton can now safely return home. Flood levels have dropped, but you should take care when returning to the area as flood damage can be widespread and utilities may not be in service. Plan your route carefully to avoid any flooded roads and make sure the electricity and gas is turned off before going inside homes. Here is what Pitt Town Road looks like now. There is an active evacuation order for Pitt Town Bottoms. This is why more evacuation orders for Sackville. The SES says the following: residents and businesses must evacuate parts of Sackville North by 2 p.m. Proceed to Sackville Ferry roads towards